advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on my he's blowing up your feet. Learning about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, know him like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on the demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious. Attorney Marks, he's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, know him like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's blowing up your feet. Learning about the law, that's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, know him like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice. Learning about the law, it's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Marks, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Marks, he's paying all your legal bills.
Hello? Hello? Mukhang Hello? Hello? Ayun. Buti. Ayun. Okay. So anyway, hello po mga ate at kuya. Ito naman po tayo sa ating segment Under the Law episode 44. Sakit ilong ko. But anyway, welcome po again sa ating Under the Law, no? Episode 44, no? Maraming salamat sa mga sumasali dito. Continue na po natin ang ating journey towards learning. Okay? Lalo na sa batas. Okay? So anyway, isipon pa ako. Anyway, tuloy natin. Kaya ang una nating topic, okay, ito po natin. We have, in the case of Genato versus Bayhon, at saka Cabalo versus Tabu. Ito, malapit to sa issues in relation, no, sa mga pamana and mga namamana natin. Ano ba yung mga napapansin natin sa mga usapang mana? Most likely, sample is, paano binibigay yung mga inheritance. Kung merong forgery na nagaganap, okay, mga panluloko. For example is gumawa ng inheritance yung isang dissident, o yung magmamana, magmamana ha, hindi yung kukuha ng mana. Nagmamana. Yan. Sabihin na natin yung mayaman bibigay niya pamana yung kanyang mga properties. Wala siyang ginawa pero na-forge yung mga ganun mga ganap. Another case also is you have Kabalu versus Tabu. Okay, 2012 case. Still a reliable, no? Reliable landmark case. Yan. Okay, una muna natin what is Dashon and Pago at saka is an obligation transmissible to the heirs of the decedent debtor. So, we have two cases here, no, na nakita natin insofar as, this case is concerned. So, maraming mga topics na pwede nating gulgulin dito, pero ito lang ang pinokos natin. Before we proceed to the decision of the Supreme Court, no, let's just give a facts about this case. So, let's say for example, once upon a time, yung parties ay yung isang kasi hindi ko matandaan si petitioner ba yun ay si respondent. So, there was a loan, all right, si A at saka si B. Yan na lang, si A at saka si B. Si A is nagbigay siya ng kailangan niya ng loan. So naka-receive siya ng loan kay B and A. Gusto kong basahin yung kaso. Si B is ang kapalit is mortgage. Ayun. Then, it was also stated in a real estate mortgage. Now, after some time, ang nangyari is, yung house was nakuha nung nag-loan, alright, ng 1 million pesos because there was a Dashon and Pago. Ayan. So, ano ba yung Dashon and Pago? Okay. Ang Dashon and Pago is a mode of payment, no, in cases of if in case a party is unable to pay in money, no, so he has to pay in kind instead of money, no, monetary value. Babayad yung ating debtor in the form of properties. Let's say for example, no, maraming salamat kay Ako'y Pilipino, no. For example is wala akong maibayad. So usapan namin is katulad bayad, kung wala akong mabayad, sasabihin ko is dasyon, no? Dasyon in pago, no? Dasyon in payment, dasyon kasi in pago is payment. So I will give my I cannot give you the money but I have a property. So I will give as a dasyon my property, no, in lieu of my failure or me unable to pay you in money. So parang instead ibibigay mo yung pera, ibibigay mo lang yung property, no, worth the same price. Example, usually yung mga commodities, sasakyan. Example, umutang ka sa example na 300,000. Di mo sa kanya may sole yung 300,000. Instead, dasyon na lang, idadasyon mo na lang na instead na I cannot pay you with money, I will pay you with property. So that is dasyon in pago. So yun yung contention po ng ating parties na receiver ng lupa. Kasi lupa yung usapan dito. Sabi ng other party, they're raising they file a declaration of the nullity of the dasyon in pago. Kasi daw wala daw documents na naganap daw insofar as dasyon in pago is concerned. Alright. So, anong nangyari? Namatay yung may utang. So, ano ang nangyari? Sabi ng lower courts ay yung liability ng ating debtor extinguishes upon his death. Right? So, ano ba yung issue? So, ito ang ating mga issues, no? Pinaka main issue dito is an obligation transmissible to the heirs of the decedent debtor. Okay, so according sa Civil Code of the Philippines, Article 774 states that succession is a mode of acquisition by virtue of which the property, rights, and obligation to the extent of the value of the inheritance of a person are transmitted through the death to another or others either by his will or by operation of law. So, naturally, ang succession is the moment that the descendant dies, no, the said succession will start, no, will start to operate. So depende yan, no, by will, no, sa holographic will, yung parang kung may iniwan siya na kumbaga kasulatan saan ma-direct yung ang kanyang yung mga properties, no, or yung operation of law. This is actually intestate, no, intestate succession. So especially common dito sa mga compulsory heirs, ayan, sa mga legitim. Kasi mga importante po yan. So, unang-una na pag-usapan yung succession. Tandaan nyo it's a mode of acquisition by virtue of which yung mga properties, rights, and obligation to the extent of the value transmitted through his death. Hindi lang po property, rights and obligations. Alright. So, rights and obligations. Tandaan nyo, Article 776 din, sabi dito, the inheritance include all the properties, rights, and obligations ulit. Rights and obligations. Obligations of a person which are not extinguished by his death. Let's go back to Article 774. Ibig sabihin, pag ang person or decedent, no? Ang decedent is, in short, siya yung magmana, siya yung nagbibigay ng mana, no? Siya yung naggawa ng will, or siya yung pagmamatay siya is yung property niya is i-distribute niya sa mga heirs. Okay? So yung tawag do decedent. Now, ang succession daw is pagmamatay daw yun. Pwede yung properties. Pwede nang mabuksan yung properties no by way of probate. Pero hindi lang po naglilimit sa properties but also the obligations. Ano yung obligations? Yung utang. Ayun, so utang. The only thing na hindi madala ng yung pamana kasi of course kung may utang yung ating decedent, yung estate, no, doon kukunin yung utang niya. Alright? The only thing na hindi madadala nung obligations niya is anything that which are obligation persons which are not extinguished by his death. So dito sa Article 776, may mga bagay na upon the death of the decedent is extinguish na rin niya yung utang niya. Ang pinaka-good example dito is mga specific performance. Let's say, for example, singer. Tapos yung singer is hindi niya nagawa yung performance niya kasi namatay siya. So, alangan naman na yung obligation niya to do a specific performance, which is singing, ay mamanahin ng mga kamag-anak niya o mga anak niya, kailangan din niyang kumanta. So, hindi pwede that extinguish the death. Pero pag mga utang, no, susceptible for payment, that is transmissible. It is not extinguished by death. The moment na namatay ang ating debtor, ay still existing pa rin siya. So, since, yes, while it is true, namatay ang ating decedent, yung estate niya, yung nakahabulin na naman yung estate niya. Kaya nga no, sabi dito sa Article 1311, one of the main law na applicable in this case according to Civil Code, contracts take effect only between parties, their assigns, and heirs, except in case where the rights and obligations arising from the contract are not transmissible by their nature. Ito yung sinabi ko na specific performance. Or by stipulation or by provision of law. The heir is not liable beyond the value of property he received from the decedent. Now, because the case is about a person having debts, no, meron siyang utang, pwedeng, example, applying the case, no, itong case ni Ginato versus Bayhon, yung utang niya is 1 million, no? Say, of course, no, with other payments as well, no? Hindi sosobra doon sa debts. Just because may utang, you really have to pay the debts. So, before ang mangyayari dyan is mauna muna yung babayaran mo yung utang bago ma-distribute yung mamanahin, the inheritance, the properties. Alright? So, tandaan na, mauna muna yung pagbayad ng utang bago po ma-distribute yung properties among the heirs. Ayan. So, according kay Attorney Jumrani, no, while in our successional system, the responsibility of the heirs for the debts of their descendant cannot exceed the value of inheritance they receive from him, the principle remains intact that these heirs succeed not only to the rights of the deceased, but also to his obligation. Under the law, therefore, the general rule is that a party's contractual rights and obligations are transmissible to the successor. So, yun. Okay, so, ano ba naman yung, teka, pag-usapan naman ng Dasyon in Pago, no? The loan in this case was contracted by respondent. He died while the case was pending before the Court of Appeals. Ito, tandaan nyo, while he may no longer be compelled to pay the loan, the debt subsists against his estate. No property or portion of the inheritance may be transmitted to his heirs unless the debt has first been satisfied. Again, no? While he may no longer be compelled to pay the loan, dahil namatay na siya at hindi na siya pwedeng ikumpela, bayaran niya yung utang niya ay subsist against his estate. So, hakabulin niya ng utang niya yung estate ng ating namatay na may utang, the debtor, no? No property, wala daw property or portion, no? Ninong mga bahagi, no? Bahagi ng mamamanahin ang madidistribute sa mga magmamana hanggat sa hindi nababayaran yung utang. Yeah. All right. So, let's talk about Dasyon in Pago and payment by succession. So, I'll just give you a brief, no, and a very simple explanation sa Dasyon in Pago and payment by session. Okay, there are two modes of payment, no? Two modes of payment by any kind other than monetary value. Normally, generic is pag example may inutang ka, right, or may binili ka, tapos pag binili mo yun, normally babayaran mo siya ng pera, di ba? So kung may gusto kang bilhin or may gusto kang utangin, pera yun. Now, pag wala kang pera, merong way para mabayaran mo yung inutangan mo. So these two comes into play, the Dasyon in Pago and payment by session. Dasyon in Pago is a mode of payment that which a debtor, instead of because he is unable, no, hindi siya makabayad via monetary value, ay ang ibibigay na lang niya is property of the same amount, no, of the same value. So, of a kind. For example, sinabi ko nga, no, cited doon sa sabi nung nabasa natin sa YouTube, no, si Ako'y Filipino, no. For example, is bibili ako pare. Kailangan ko pare ng 100,000. Bayaran ko lang sa'yo. So, hindi niya mabayaran. Wala siyang may bayad. Meron siyang sasakyan. Sabi niya doon sa kaibigan niya, pare, I am going to pay you that in dasyon, no? Dasyon, kasi in Pago is payment. Sinabi ko nga kanina. So, dasyon. So, in what way? In property. Because, itong sasakyan ko pare, 100,000 to. So, I may not be able to pay you in money, but I can pay you in kind. With the same amount, no? With the same, value. Okay, so 100,000. Next is payment by session. This is another mode of payment. Pero ang ito naman, ang mode naman ito is, let's say for example, you have a lot of creditors. Meron kang inutangan siguro na 2 or more. Let's say for example, 5. Yung inutangan mo, hindi mo bayaran ng pera. So meron kang properties. So since marami din sila, ang gagawin mo is, sabi mo sa creditors na, hey, creditors, ito po yung property ko. Ibenta nyo, tapos yung proceeds, yung profit, yung amount na pag binenta nyo, we will use that to satisfy, no, my debts. So, it does not transfer the ownership. Walang ownership sa payment by session. Nilaan mo lang yung property mo, tapos pag mabenta ng ating mga creditors, saka na yung properties, yung mabenta mo, yung amount shall, the said proceeds will be the one to satisfy, no, the debts of the debtor. So, between these two, ang ownership transfers, no, absolutely, no, in the case of Dashon and Pago, but not in the payment by session. Yan. Okay? Understand? Okay, so we have also another case, no? It's very good case to Kabalu versus Tabu. It's a 2012 case. Can an heir inherit by virtue of deed of extrajudicial succession with partition executed by the forced heirs? So, siguro ang short summary of this case is that once upon a time, yung ating there was this heir. Yung heir was actually an heir by way of representation. So example, yung kanilang lola, si Faustina ba yun? Faustina, anak niya ata si Benjamin. Anak niya ata si Benjamin. Si Benjamin, anak niya si Domingo. So dahil namatay si Benjamin by way of succession by representation, ang magmamana, no, on behalf of Benjamin is his son Domingo. Now, during the existence of Faustina, namatay si Faustina pala. Namatay si Faustina pero hindi na probate ang yung kanyang properties, ang kanyang estate. Hindi na probate. Probate is a mode wherein kumbaga bago mo makuha mo yung share mo sa pamana, ay dadaan ka muna sa korte, no, in generic sense, na para kumbaga masabi mo sa court na, hey, courts, namatay na po si mother, at saka ito yung properties niya, at ipoprobate na po namin to, para kumbaga yung court matulungan tayo kung sino yung karapat-dapat na may magmamana at saka yung mga hindi karapat-dapat na mamana. Kasi yung probate is parang kumbaga they're trying to authenticate, no, verify, to make sure, to validate if such inheritance is with due process, no, without without prejudicial to the mga compulsory heir. A lot of case na nagaganap is minsan yung isang anak ay hindi nakakuha ng mana because sinikreto. So yun ang effect, yun ang parang papel ng ating probate. So yun dapat hindi na probate yung si Faustina, yung estate property. However, ang mga heirs ay nagkaroon sila ng extrajudicial succession, no, with partition. So sila nandoon yung isang property ni Domingo, which is 9,000. So, hindi na probate. Pero nagkaroon ng extrajudicial succession, binenta niya yung lupa. Now, nagkaroon ng commotions, nagkaroon ng issues, pero to make things short, ang sinabi daw, yung property daw na binenta daw ni Domingo was not his because the said properties or inheritance daw ni Domingo was not probated. Baga hindi daw legit. So just because namatay si Faustina doesn't mean na makukuha niya yung pamana niya kasi hindi pa nga na-probate. Baga hindi pa daw nabuksan daw. Now, ang sabi naman ni Domingo is that is not actually my fault. Kasi the moment that there's an extrajudicial succession, parties, although walang probate, ay ako na po ang legitimate heir, no, by way of representation. Kasi nangyari parang binenta ni Domingo, tas nung namatay si Domingo, 2 months after, merong lumabas na papel na binenta na naman niya sa another party. So nagkagulo. So of course, yung isa, sabi niya is, binenta sa amin long time ago na hindi ba na probate yung ating properties, at yung isa naman is sabi niya is nung namatay siya 2 months after, meron na silang contract deed of sale. Ang gulo, no? Okay, ano ba ang ruling ng Supreme Court, no? The Supreme Court, no, as cited, no, they apply the provisions under Article 1347 of the Civil Code in that no contract may be entered into upon future inheritance except in cases expressly authorized by law. Paragraph 2 of the Article 1347 characterizes a contract entered into upon future inheritance as void. The law applies when the following requisites concur. Ayan. The succession has not yet been opened. The object of the contract forms part of the inheritance, and the promisor has, with respect to the object, an expectancy of right which is purely hereditary in nature. Yes, the succession was actually not opened, no? But because nagkaroon ng extrajudicial settlement among the inheritance and it was not opposed, nangyari is yung extrajudicial settlement of heirs by way partition, hindi wala na nag-contest, nagbigay na sila ng lupa. Now, yung mga contention kasi nila is hindi daw nila mana. No, the Supreme Court stated in use these provisions. But more said than that, ang sabi dito ng ating Supreme Court, Domingo became the owner of the said property only on August 1, 1994. The time of the execution of the deed of extrajudicial succession with partition by the heirs of Faustina when 9,000 square meter lot was adjudicated to him. So, kumbaga, although hindi naman siya na-probate, pero yung ating magmamana ay nagkaroon sila ng extrajudicial settlement by way of partition, ibig sabihin, hindi na kinontest, hindi na nila inopposed. So, from that moment is parang it's already declared na mamamanahin na ni Domingo yung said 9,000 square meters. Please take note that there are actually 2 sets, no, as per my reviewers is concerned, no, when I was still taking the bar. Dalawa kasi yung klase kasi ng pagmana eh. When you put the inheritance or the estate of the decedent sa courts, you have to pay. You really have to pay, no? Kasi probate, mag-verify, siguro you have to hire you need to go to a probate court and you still need lawyer paying court docket fees, costs, lawyers fees, and so on and so forth. Pero if you will undergo extrajudicial succession, no, or extrajudicial settlement, no, with partitions among the heirs, nagkasundo-sundo kayo na hindi natin pakorte to, lahat pagkasunduan natin to sa bahay, hinati-hati nila properly, no, without violating, no, kung meron man siyang will, kung may will man yung ating decedent, magiging valid po yun, legal po yun. Okay? Mas maganda nga yung wala ka nang gagastos, hindi mo na kailangan pang pumasok sa court. Although probate is actually good kasi pinadaan mo sa batas and the rules on the succession will be applicable. It is still nothing in our law that prohibits prohibits extrajudicial settlement among the heirs. Right? Tapos na. So yun po, no? Maraming salamat. Sana inaintindihan po natin yung mga pamana na kwan. Sir, paano sir yung naganap sir na namatay sir yung si Domingo tapos parang nagkaroon ng deed of absolute sale. So ang issue kasi doon lang, ang issue lang doon is sabi ng Supreme Court, no? Sabi ng Supreme Court doon is it is a simulated contract. Simulated contract. Bakit simulated contract 'yun? Kasi if going to trace back straightforward yung topic, no, kasi 2 months after, yun lang, 2 months after and the decedent made an new deed of absolute sale. Ibig sabihin namatay siya tapos after 2 months meron siyang deed of absolute sale. That's actually a simulated contract. So yun, no, maraming salamat po, no, sa mga nanonood po dito, no. Thank you so much. And tune in for our tomorrow's Under the Law, episode 45 po, no. Maraming salamat sa inyo, mga ate at kuya. Tulad ng sinasabi ko palagi sa inyo, mahalin nyo ang inyong asawa dahil sila pong tunay na batas po. Bye-bye!
I'm scrolling on my Facebook page, feeling curious, the turning months. He's got the legal education. They're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Mox, he's the legal expert, no other. I'm scrolling on Mox, he's going up your feet, learning about the law. That's all we really need. He's got the knowledge, he's got the skills. I'm scrolling on Mox, he's paying all your legal bills. I'm scrolling on Mox, he's paying all your legal bills. He's got the legal education, baby, yeah. He's the litigation expert, know him like the back of my hand. You got a problem, he's the lawyer on demand. Check his post, they're full of legal advice, learning about the law. It's like a rolling dice from contracts to torts. He's got it all covered. Attorney Mox, he's the leader.